Hey, welcome. We're back. He make it, or I make it.
She
take it. Yeah.
What? I'm bumping Kendrick. You know what you want to do. Go on, start talking.
Speaking of Kendrick, I mean, we went to Game 5 of the Clippers for the Utah Jazz game, and he was there. No, we didn't get a chance to meet him, but
unlike the LA police commissioner.
Yeah, but it was an interesting game. If you are not from LA, or if you don't live in LA, and you haven't been to a game, we've been to plenty of Clippers games, we've been to plenty of Laker games. That was on some other, like, not even talking about the actual, like, fans or whatever, but just, like, the game itself was just, I mean, what happened in Game 7, somebody predicted it. Speak on it.
I told y'all they weren't going to make it out of the first round. It's sad to say. It's sad to see.
Yeah.
Stacked team, or really not. They had a significant top three. You know what? Forget all that.
You trying to be nice?
Huh?
Trying to be nice?
No, I'm not trying to be nice. I'm going to get down to the point. All these Clippers apologists and lovers, whether you're a genuine Clipper fan or you're a bandwagon hopper, since Lob City started in 2011, 2012, whatever year it was, don't use Blake as an excuse.
Right.
Blake's numbers in fourth quarter show he has not been a difference maker. He's been banged up a good amount of time during his career. We all remember the great fiasco of last year when he was punching trainers in the face on the road and blah, blah, blah. So, I mean, again, like I said, if people that so-called love the Clippers want to say Blake being out is the reason or the excuse, that's what the playoffs are about. People have to step up. Somebody has to come up and contribute. If you still have two great players, or two all-stars, and honestly, at this point, Chris Paul is about as good as it gets at his position.
Man.
Period. And he showed it. The man showed it. And I'm going to give him credit for another thing. That man told Paul Pierce, Game 6 in Utah, you were not going to end your career in Utah. Now, I will say, at least now that it's over, it was back at home at the Staples Center.
Yeah.
And he's from Inglewood, so all he has to do is hop in the car and get on the 10 and jump on the 405.
Stop it.
And go chill at his mama's house.
Stop it. And we'll see him soon, because I'm sure he's going to be on somebody's TV doing something. Putting the period on this.
Bye-bye.
Period, point blank. Chris Paul, you handled yours, man. You handled your business. I would hate to see you go. Please come back.
Personally, I think he'll be back.
Oh, my God.
I really do. I really do.
But we got to get you a ring, dog. Like, you deserve that.
Well, if he's going to get a ring, then he'll have to leave. Because he's Clipper. Look, I'm saying this as not only a Lakers fan.
Yes.
But as a fan of the game.
And a fan of fucking Chris Paul. He's handling his business every day. Yeah. Every game.
I mean, but like you said yourself, he can't do it by himself.
And we gotta get you a ring.
He's not alone. He's not alone. He just needs better friends. The man needs better friends.
I got you.
He needs to hang out with a better group of people.
Okay.
For 4 quarters.
Yeah.
To get there. Anyway, speaking of CPs, we brought up the one CP.
Yes.
That you guys know is 3. There's another CP that we know named Chris Parker, who, in reference to Game 5.
Shout out, homie.
Shout out to the homie. Hooked us up.
Yes.
Got us in the building. Took care of us. Appreciate you. Sorry it was a loss by your secondary squad.
Yeah, but at least he didn't wear his Lakers gear
to the game. No, I said I wasn't going to. I said out of respect, I wasn't going to wear Lakers gear.
There you go. And you didn't, so thank goodness. And he might have wore it underneath. You know.
But Chris knows something about that with his. I know he got plenty of the land t-shirts under his Clipper gear. Chris Parker, I'm talking about. You know what it is.
Shout out, homie.
You know what it is, homie. Appreciate you, though.
All right, so NFL draft just wrapped up. Mm-hmm. You've been working pretty much the last couple of days, so give us your recap. What's going on?
A very interesting draft. Both from the standpoint of the quarter. First of all, I have to say something I never thought I would say, and I'm guessing Chris Parker's going to appreciate this too. I think the Browns kind of won the draft.
Oh, okay.
3 first-round picks, a possible quarterback of the future or the present in the second round with the Kaiser kid from Notre Dame. I think they took Kaiser. Yeah, they did. I didn't see them shaking and moving like that. It was also very cool to see the fact that they have Jim Brown as a very active part of the organization. He was in the draft room, in the war room. He was calling guys after they got drafted. He did one of the picks. Great to see an icon of the game who was pretty much synonymous with that franchise be brought back into the fold and actually be a part of what they're doing, trying to actually build something, because they've been garbage for so long. Hot garbage. The mistake by the lake has been so real and so unfortunate. And it stinks like the team colors, that brown and orange. Oh, I'm sorry. Did I say that out loud? Dang. Was that my outside voice?
Wow.
But anyway, no, I think. Well, I will say though, but then when they picked the Brantley kid, who's being looked at for socking a woman and knocking her teeth out, and then the GM came out and said, well, yeah, we're still looking into it, and we may not keep him if it's as bad as it. I'm like, why would you even take the dude?
But I thought you said they just want to draft though.
That's why I said they kind of want to draft.
Oh, okay.
Because if this blows up in their face, but I will say, speaking of those types of issues, that brings me around to my squad.
Okay.
The Raiders, who took Gary and Conley from Ohio State, who is still in the midst of dealing with a rape allegation from April. Now, I'm going to say this, though. The NFL being what it is, their investigative powers and everything else, they knew what they needed to know before they pulled the trigger on that, for them to take this kid in the first round.
I mean, yeah, that would be a big risk. That's a very big risk.
That's a lose your job type of risk.
Okay.
If this kid does jail time, it turns out they've done something wrong.
Yeah.
But I will say, to his credit and to the league's credit, he actually took a polygraph test.
Yeah.
On NFL Draft Thursday and passed it.
When does that happen?
I don't know if that has ever happened. I've never heard of it before.
I mean, they do that on Maury.
And we love it
on Maury. But I ain't never heard about that for the draft.
Lauren Lake, paternity test.
Yes,
one of our favorites. We do appreciate it.
We love the paternity test.
But teams doing it,
dang,
leading up to the draft, that's crazy. And I also have to say that, not trying to pat myself on the back too much or toot my own horn. Toot.
Oh, geez.
The two quarterbacks I said that I liked when we talked about this last week, Watson and Mahomes, have no idea what they're going to do in the future, how long it's going to take for them to get on the field. Both win the first round. During the interview, somebody needs to grab Tack McKinley from UCLA right now, because you up there, it's one thing to get excited and be emotional, I get all that, but you dropping F-bombs while you talking about this for grandma because y'all found it because you got out. Grandma don't want to hear you say that on TV, man. That ain't how grandma want to hear you talk. So don't. You can't hold up the big 10 by 16 of grandma, and then go get out Richmond and Oakland. And, hold on, bro. Like Prime said, you got to channel and harness that emotion.
Harness it.
Yes. And I do have to give speaking of draft.
I need you to focus.
And then I'm gonna be done. I'm done with draft after this.
Okay.
Corey Davis, one of the top wideouts in the draft, went to the Titans, I believe with the 5th pick. Great for him. He was a guy who couldn't work out after the season because he was injured. But based on tape, which for anybody who doesn't know, that's where the real evaluation should come from and normally goes back to. What did you do on the field? What do they see you do when they sit in the stands or they watch your tape of you playing the game? So anyway, it worked out for this kid. Proud of him. Now, I ain't gonna lie. You need to highlight your sister, though. Because this man's sister came out before the draft and was asked basically what she wanted from her brother. It's the family dream. You take care of generations now. This woman said,
from your brother.
Yeah, this woman, she didn't want to check. She want her brother to pay for her booty implants.
Are you serious?
She said it.
I mean, I saw your notes before we started doing this, and I had no idea. But people, please believe me, he was like, "Oh no, I'll work it in." That's ignorant. Really?
Oh no, I was gonna say something.
I mean, of course you're gonna buy your mama a house and buy her a new car, but your sister wants some booty implants.
I mean, all I'm gonna say is this: going forward, if you watching this and you about to get drafted or going to a pro,
keep your ignorant family away from me.
I'm not gonna sit there and call your sister names. What I'm going to say is educate her. Tell her, say things like, "I just want my brother to get me an expensive makeover." You ain't got to tell people about your booty.
Oh my God.
Because now his boys, the fellas, once that booty goes in, they going to be looking like, man, Corey's sister look all right. That booty popping.
I hope it dropped. Anyway.
Hold on, please.
Because
you sit here calling people family members ignorant.
Moving on. One more thing. So, talk about your Raiders.
Oh, yeah. The nation. So, Vegas in 3 years. Being someone who's not from Oakland, that doesn't upset me at all. Like it probably does a lot of cats that I know. Mm-hmm. But we live in LA, so most of our friends and buddies that are also Raiders fans aren't really affected by it either. Matter of fact, for us, it actually works out a little bit better. Because who doesn't want to go to Vegas? And it's actually a better trip than going to Oakland, truthfully.
Yes.
But anyway, beyond all that, just got to throw in there, somebody was told by their significant other that they need to put their deposit down for season tickets and stop playing.
Yes.
And got word that the deposit was accepted, so somebody gonna have season tickets in a couple of years in Vegas.
Absolutely, can't wait.
Road tripping.
Yeah.
So to my boy Rich Piedmont, the secret Asian man, I'ma holler at you because you got to put some money down on these.
And make room in your mini mansion because we coming for sure.
Yes, indeed. We are on the way.
All right. What else you got?
What else do you have? I guess we can move past sports and get into some of this other, more TMZ type conversation. Like, I mean, I hate to bring it up, but celebrities are kind of dropping like flies in their relationships right now.
Yeah, first we heard about Janet and her dude, and then we heard, and that's the other thing too, like the baby is so a baby.
The baby is fresh out the womb.
Right. So I'm like, did you see this coming before you dropped that baby? I'm just saying. Anyway.
I ain't gonna lie.
And then
you put in what? How long was it? 5 years?
5 years.
You dropped the baby.
Was up.
And then supposedly the prenup expires after 5 years.
And then the baby is the cherry on top.
And you held on and filed, what was it, 5 years and a couple of months?
Yeah. And then we got Lala and Mello, which breaks my heart. We talked about it on the first podcast.
Yeah,
a little bit. We talked about it a little bit on the first podcast, but now we found out that there was a prenup involved. And Carmelo is liking her pictures on Instagram.
I didn't actually like the pictures myself, but I like looking at them. Like, she's killing it. For real. Lala's doing some things.
Killing it. The thing is that Lala been killing it for a minute. And that's the problem. Lala been killing it for a minute. But now you want to notice because you ain't in the house no more. But he was liking her pictures.
I'm just going to let her go right now.
It's like, okay, well, is that a problem? No, it ain't a problem. You my baby mama, and I messed up, and you looking real good.
Who's the baby mama?
Lala's the baby mama.
You can't just call her the baby mama.
Okay, the wife, the baby mama.
Put some respect on her name.
Absolutely, Lala, the baby mama, the wife, looking real good in that bathroom. I'ma like that picture.
She has some more after that. She ain't just in the bathroom no more. Lala went outside. Lala got some stuff like I don't know if Lala went to a pickup game at the park or where she was at. All I know is she was by some fence and there were cars driving by and everything else was moving but Lala. And it was like, ooh Lala.
Really?
I mean, you can appreciate it though. That's why I'm telling you. It was good stuff.
Now, let's talk a little bit about social media.
Carmelo, get the begging, please.
Anyway, so let's talk a little bit about social media because we were talking about this before and how like, how deep do you go? Because I know he's not on Facebook.
Nope.
But you're on Instagram, you're on Snapchat-ish.
Is that the chatty snap?
You don't really use that
I don't even know how that thing works. But yeah, I got it. I got the app.
Every time a the new comes on Instagram, I got to show
I'm okay on Instagram. I'm good on Instagram.
Nah, the multiples, you ain't know. Yeah. So
y'all doing too much for real.
So how deep do you go into somebody's like archives and galleries? Like, do you even, or do you want to admit it?
Like whose?
Anybody's.
Nah.
Like celebrities or anybody's? No.
I mean, if you have something that's really
your daughters.
Nah, my daughters. Yeah, I stalk hers when I look.
Do you?
I mean, not hardcore, but I just to keep up with what she's doing. Look, here's the thing.
She turned 21.
She's 21
in January, so
she's in
I
college.
start there.
Yeah. I mean, what? I don't know what you think I'm gonna do. Of course I am. I'm on it.
God.
I'm on your head, little mama. I'm on your head.
Oh my goodness.
Daddy got to know.
Because that's how you get
That's
the,
how you,
the
you
real
don't you don't get it from a conversation anymore.
Right.
You got to be like, I can't get it. She'll text me back, but she won't answer the phone.
True.
So when I want to know how spring break really went down, I got to go to the
You
source.
gotta look at the pictures. Yes.
I mean, it's common sense. If I wasn't doing it, I'd be dumb.
Yeah. I feel
You know, now luckily I haven't seen anything that made me have a reaction like buying plane tickets,
Yeah.
popping up in Lexington at the University of Kentucky, knocking on doors.
Or have some stern conversations or nothing like
right.
that.
Talk that can get real ugly, but you know.
Right. When I follow somebody on social media, like when I first follow them, or if like so like the new Bachelor, her name, or Bachelorette, her name is Rachel, and I don't know anything about her. I went deep. Like I dove in and was like looking at old pictures and, you know, all this stuff because I wanted to know, like, who are her friends? What does she do? What does she look like? What does her bundles look like? You know.
Well,
Her bundles has not even been, and I did say ain't, her bundles have not even been as special as they are until she got on The Bachelorette. So can't wait to see her in June.
You were just Shade Central on round 2 of the podcast.
No. Just can't wait to see her in June because those bundles, yes. Anyway.
Are they everything?
And they're everything.
Look, somebody woke up and is going in. You like Sophia on Color Purple. When she was sitting at the dinner table and finally like started tripping. my, the dead ass reason.
Yeah, when the light came on. So,
yeah, apparently.
Okay. So one of the other like really big things in the news this week in the last couple of months has been Aaron Hernandez.
Couple of years. This goes beyond sports.
Couple of years. Aaron Hernandez. I mean, he's gonna give you a timeline and give you a recap. And I wish we had like a front end to be like Aaron Hernandez, boom, boom. But we ain't got time for that because he's gone. So anyway, go ahead and give
I ain't gonna do that much. What I will, I'm gonna say this. Obviously, was an awesome player in his time in the league. I'm not even gonna get into who he played for because it's kind of like beyond that. But that's the only reason anybody cared, obviously, because he was an NFL player.
Now wait, a little bit of background. Like we both lived in Bristol, Connecticut.
Yeah, that part too.
We both lived in Bristol, Connecticut for a few years.
Several years.
This actually just makes this hits home.
Yeah, that hit home for us.
Yeah.
We lived there. I was in Bristol before my wife was. I was there when this dude was in high school. I was there when his brother played at UConn, his older brother. I met his brother before. We know people that they ran with and that they moved in the same circles. So first and foremost, all this gangster stuff that they were circulating when the stories came out and saw pictures of him dressed like in all red, like throwing up a like. First of all, that is trash. That's boo boo. That wasn't going down like that in Bristol. Now he might have a little gang set on some block somewhere that we don't know about, but they weren't hardcore killers and gangsters. And I'm gonna say, period, point blank, from personal experience, coming from a city that is like a second generation Blood and Crip city, being Dallas, Texas, it wasn't going down like that in Bristol. Period, point blank. It wasn't going down like that in Hartford, which is right down the road. It wasn't going down like that in Waterbury. They had their own things. Not saying they didn't have gangs, but in Bristol, it was not going down like that.
Or at least you didn't see that. You really didn't see it.
If it was going down like that, I would have seen
it. It was underground.
I was there for 7 years.
But it was underground.
Baby.
I'm just
Dudes,
saying.
people used to walk up to me in bars and clubs like idiots asking me about buying guns and drugs. And didn't know who I was. It wasn't that kind of, like, I'm not going to say that it wasn't a tough town. Like,
or that it's not now because
we're far removed.
We're 8 to 10 years removed.
But here's the thing too. If it's like that now, that's a different animal because once again, now we're talking about somebody who went after a life and a lifestyle that they didn't have. That it wasn't part of what they did growing up. I'm not saying the man didn't have hardships. I'm not saying he didn't have a hard time, but the belief that he came from this hardcore gangster background and that he couldn't escape from it, that ain't what it is. Okay. That's different. Now, I will say this. People also need to understand, being a sociopath and being a gangster that has no problem killing people are two different things. Now, what this man was looking for, I know he went through some hardships. His dad passed when he was in high school, had some other things going on. I understand that. That does not make you a killer. The other thing it tells you, too, was that he wasn't very smart, because who with those types of resources is out here pulling the trigger themselves? So, with that being said, as you were saying about the timeline, so we had our connection to Bristol. We knew of the dude before it even got to this point, before he was even in the league. Followed the story the whole time. The conviction for killing Odin Lloyd, which, I don't care what his attorney says, they had so much evidence he was never going to get out of jail anyway. And I will also say this. This irks me about people. I hear so many people talking about how he didn't commit suicide.
Yeah, I heard that too.
I'm sorry. Let me go and tell you something.
Oh?
When your life is over, your life is over. One way or the other. That man was never getting out. I don't care what his attorney said. I don't care what you want to believe. And people now want to find so many angles in a story. Sometimes it truly is what it is.
Yeah.
How you gonna say this man didn't kill himself? Because you want to believe that because we've seen so many incidents where the police are dirty, that they had to have done something to set him up? And all
because he was a former football player for the Patriots. It's like, he's
done.
A man.
It's done. And
he's
he wasn't
a man,
getting out.
and he's a killer.
It's a wrap.
So.
It's a wrap. He was. So what? He got acquitted of the 2 other murders.
Right.
He wasn't getting out on the Odin Lloyd murder. He had put liquid soap on the floor of his cell so that if he wanted to save himself, once he started trying to strangle himself, that his feet would slip so he couldn't get his footing. He had piled up all his personal belongings up against the door inside the cell. So if someone set him up and killed him, how'd they get in, do that, and then get out? He had placed little cardboard pieces under the tracks of the door to make it harder to open. And there's now reports coming out that he had been planning this and looking at doing it for weeks. Oh, and also remember that it went from people saying that he didn't leave suicide notes to the fact that he left 3.
Yeah.
So all I'm saying is, it's easy for folks to buy into conspiracy theories. They don't want to believe people did certain things. Sometimes it really isn't that complicated. And either way, it's a cautionary tale. It's extremely tragic. But what's done is done, and the man is gone. The other thing I will say, though, is can't ignore the stories about the bisexuality and this, that, and the third. Don't know if any of it's true. Supposedly, the 3rd suicide note that they said was for the jailhouse lover.
Right.
Lover. Was really for his attorney. Who knows? We may never see it. I hope we do. But all I know is, if there's any truth to any of it, or just the fact that the allegation was made, that Lifetime story is going to be a beast. I can't wait. And you know Lifetime going to flip that in like 2 weeks.
Ooh. Can Quincy, Puffy's son, or Puffy's stepson, yes, from Power, what you call
from Star?
it? From Star, can he play Aaron Hernandez?
Why would he play? He ain't a big Puerto Rican.
Skin.
Aaron Hernandez ain't light skin. He Puerto Rican. What? Just because you want to see Quincy on TV more often?
He cute.
Oh Lord, here we go.
He cute.
Here we go. That's all right. Yeah, you know what? As long as Nia Long get to play his mama.
Oh.
Put some on TV I want to see.
See.
Hi, Nia.
See, you're doing too much. You're doing way too much.
Me? How you gonna make a kid that's
He
light
cute
skinned?
though.
How you gonna take a light skinned kid and make him a Puerto Rican in a
Because
movie?
it's acting, hunty. It's acting.
You know how many steroids that boy would have to take to get big enough to pretend he was Aaron Hernandez?
Oh my gosh. But yes, I agree. The Lifetime movie will be fantastic, and I cannot wait to see it.
Oh, and
Yes.
even though it's gonna take a couple of years, a 30 for 30.
Oh,
It's
the
gonna
30
be
for 30.
bananas. That's gonna
And
be
if
bananas.
you need a producer, an Emmy-winning producer or editor right here, let me know. I will even do research. I'm just saying.
Shoot your shot, boo boo.
I'm just saying.
Shoot your
if
shot.
You need, yeah, okay. So, we're going on vacation next week.
Oh yeah.
And we will definitely make sure to bring the podcast because he paid for it and I'm going. So,
once again,
I make it, he take
I made
it.
it,
Or I
and
make it,
she's
she
taking
take
it.
it.
Yeah.
Is definitely going on the road. So, we'll definitely make sure to bring you guys
Oh.
along with us.
And that explains these little tasty morsels. So for those of you, here's a little tip.
Okay.
Those of you who are getting your travel game on, what you should know is, as long as your beverages or as you know, any of your liquids, as long as they're under 3 ounces, you can carry them on. That includes these little friends here that we like to call red tops. These are how many ounces?
How many? Swallow it up to
I don't know. It ain't 3. It ain't 3. So you get what I'm saying? Anyway, Ziploc bag those up.
Yeah.
The only catch is just make sure that if you're making, your little beverage on the flight, just don't let the attendant see you. It's kind of like they serve drinks on the plane. You can't walk into a bar and pull out your own bottle to make your own drink if they're serving. So just make sure they're not looking at you when you're on the plane. But other than that,
enjoy.
Let it do what it do. Because that's what we about to do.
Yes. And you want to give a shout out to your peoples one more time?
Which ones? Fireball?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Speaking of which, by the way, I'm changing. Last week, I called it looking for our non-sponsor friends. I'm not going to call it that anymore. Right now, until somebody actually sends us a case of something or cuts a check, I'm going to call it scholarship. That is what we were looking for. So anyone who wants to provide the I Make It, She Take It podcast with a little bit of scholarship action, something in a box, something on paper, please feel free. We'd love to have you. Fireball, that includes you.
And here we go.
You've been a good friend of ours.
And here's a wrap for episode 2 of I Make It, She Take It.
And on our way to St. Thomas.
Yes, cheers, boo-boo.
Indeed.
We'll see you next time.
Oh, it's so good when it hits the lips. Like right here. Just right here. It's fantastic. And I'm going away with some music. Look, go, yeah, yo. DFW, what's happening?